Good morning. All right. So today is Wednesday, April 29th, and I want to go over the assignments for today and then also um, something about your learning log. All right. So yesterday you should have in Google Classroom, let me find Google Classroom here. Yesterday you were doing the Why No One in Space Can Hear You Scream article. You were reading that and then you were annotating it. And so some of you have already got it done. I've been grading those ever since yesterday. And then, like I said yesterday in yesterday's video, today's assignment is 2.3. Part 4 is one of the things you need to do, or sorry, part 5. And so here's the article again. If you need to listen to it again, you can press the sound button right there, right? And then underneath the article here, there are 3 questions you need to answer. Make sure you answer them completely. Make sure they make sense. So why can't sound waves travel in space? So what did it tell us about sound waves as opposed to light waves? So light waves can travel through space, and they travel at the speed of light out in space. Then light slows down when it has to go through something like air or anything like that. Okay. And then, but sound is different. So what was different about sound? And what are things that sound waves can travel through? So give some things that they can travel through. And can light waves travel through space, and explain, right? So all of those things were in the article. Answer those completely. That shouldn't take too much time. And then you also are going to go to, so I'm going to get out of here. You're going to go to 2.4. So 2.4. And we're just going to do part 1, the warm up. So again, this is another little quick assignment. All right. So light reaches Earth's surface. So we know light, the sun is the energy source of the planet. So we're talking about sunlight, which we've learned gives off all of these waves. So we've seen this before in our sim that it gives off radio waves, microwaves, infrared waves, visible light. That was our rainbow, ultraviolet, X-ray, and gamma rays. All right. So Earth's atmosphere can absorb some wavelengths of light and emitted from the sun. The diagram below shows which types of light are absorbed in the atmosphere and which types of light travel through the atmosphere and reach Earth's surface. Use the diagram to help you think about which types of light could be causing the damage that can lead to skin cancer. So remember that we're all coming back to why Australia has more skin cancer. All right, so if I'm looking at this image, it's showing us that gamma rays and X-rays are not reaching the Earth's surface, right? They get stopped in that atmosphere in the ozone. But it's showing us that all of the rest of these are reaching Earth's surface. So from the rest of these, ultraviolet, visible light, infrared, microwaves, radio waves, which one do you think, based on what we've been learning, is going to cause the skin cancer? So first, which type of lights reach Earth's surface? So you need to mark all that apply. There's going to be more than one. Make sure it lets you pick. Yeah, so make sure you pick more than one because there is more than one. From those that you picked there, which do you think could be causing skin cancer? Explain your reasoning. So explain which one of these, based on what we've learned, is causing skin cancer. And you might want to go back and look at, I'm going to pull this one back. Look at this one, right? Because we've been learning about them the other way. So radio waves have that long wavelength, less energy, less frequency. Gamma has the most energy, the most frequency, the smallest wavelength. All right. So those are the 2 assignments for today. I do want to quickly go over the one from Monday because I've been grading those the last day and a half. So if you think you did Monday's assignment, but it still shows it as missing in Aries, you really need to go back into Amplify and check because it was one question. If you got it wrong, you got a 0. So I just didn't give you the 0. It's because I want you to go back and fix it. So Monday's assignment, remember, we were looking at this picture right here. And so we know that this light source that has this wavelength, right, is just causing more warmth. Okay, we have a different light source, and it's not causing warmth, it's causing damage. All right, so some people are still picking the wrong one here. First of all, think about what causes the light wave to change. Is it the wavelength and frequency, or is it amplitude? So we went through that in the sim. Let me get this sim open real quick. So we went through that in the sim the other day, where we were messing with the wavelength and messing with the amplitude and learning what caused things to change. So here it has I'm just going to leave it like it is. It has a big amplitude, a small wavelength. We have a gamma ray. Press confirm, put it on, and I'm going to shine it on the plant. Okay, and that caused damage. Now let's change that wave. Now I just want to mess with one thing. I'm going to mess with the amplitude. I'm going to make it smaller. Okay, so I didn't change the wavelength. I just changed the amplitude. Let's see what happens. And it's on. Still damaged. So changing the amplitude didn't change things. Now let's go change the wavelength. Okay, so I changed the wavelength but kept the amplitude the same. Oh, so changing the wavelength made it change, right? Because now it does photosynthesis. But just to make sure, I'm going to leave this wavelength here. It's on red. And I'm going to change the amplitude and see if that changes anything. Made the light brighter, but it's still just photosynthesis. It's just doing more of it. So which thing is changing right here? Is it the wavelength, the amplitude, and C, just so we know, looks the same as light source 1? Well, it can't be the same because we have different effects, right? So which one is changing to change the wave? All right, so on your learning log, again, you can put the score that if you were one of the people that got 0 out of 5, you can put 0 out of 5 and put my comment. Also, like a lot of you did last week, you can resubmit it and then I'll regrade it, right? Tuesday's work, if you got done your annotating the reading, that comment, it would be in Google Classroom. So make sure you're looking there. You can look at the comment boxes that I leave in the document. You can look at the private comments on the document. Those are what I'm looking for. It was out of 12. If you did it early, it should be done. Try to stay up on this today, okay? Any other questions? Hope you have a great day. Oh, no. Ignore that. All right. Miss you guys. Hope you guys have a great day.